So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video Q&A where somebody on my YouTube post asked, can you talk about happiness from profession? What can make us happy from profession? And if I wanted to, I can end this within 30 seconds. 30 seconds, that's it. It's a 30-second technique. Technique is simple. Fourth from Saturn is what's going to bring you your happiness. Meaning, Saturn is profession, Saturn is karma. So you look fourth from Saturn. The sign that Saturn that's in, that will bring you happiness. So for example, let's say your Saturn is in Aries. Okay? So now, an Aries Saturn may be working in administration, physical therapy, would be working even in, let's say, police, protection. Saturn in Aries would be also maybe working in things connected with like construction, depending upon planet, supporting it. And yes, you're doing that work. That's your base of that karma. But what's going to bring happiness to your karma? Which type of karma will bring happiness? That's going to be the sign that is fourth from Saturn. So fourth from Saturn is the sign of Cancer. So if you pursue anything connected with hospitality, food, nourishment, dealing with nursing homes, going into politics, going into, dealing with serving the public, suddenly you feel happy. And there's a reason behind this, the type of happiness it brings you, which I'll also discuss. And then you have seventh from Saturn. Oh, no, not seventh from, sorry. Saturn is in the seventh house. Let's say it's in Virgo. What is fourth from Saturn? Fourth from Saturn becomes the sign of Sagittarius. That means what's going to bring you happiness? Teaching. Teaching, counseling, advising, publishing, or banking. And especially now, look at this concept. Fourth from Saturn is Sagittarius. What happens when you start teaching? Your profession goes to heights because Sagittarius is heights. So when you start pursuing Sagittarius related professions, it brings you heights. Let's say fourth from Saturn was Cancer. So that means this person, when they begin to do things related to Cancer, what happens? They begin to feel like they're actually no longer stuck in life, they're flowing. Because Cancer is a river. Cancer, you can say, is the waves of the ocean. Waves of the ocean last for literally nanosecond, half a second. That means there's constant change. See, when there's constant change, one thing from here to there, to there, to there, a person feels like I'm progressing, I'm doing something new is happening. But now on the same end, let's say Saturn is in Libra, right? That means what is fourth from Saturn? Capricorn. Or let's say your Saturn is in Gemini. What is fourth from Saturn? Virgo. So you have Virgo and Capricorn fourth from Saturn. Now this individual, they'll feel more progressed when their life becomes about duty, service, but especially consistent, constant. When there's like for example, you have an actor with Saturn in Libra. And they're doing all kinds of things. One movie is about this, one movie is about that. And they'll feel burned out being an actor. But let's say, for example, they were hired in a TV series. Some Netflix series. It's like a 20 episode, season 1, 6 seasons. There's consistency. There's steadiness. There's this earth element there, okay? Which is the same character, slowly either evolving, slowly de-evolving, but there's this slow change that happens. They feel like, now I'm set. Now, let's talk about another thing. Just because you're following fourth from Saturn, does that mean it's going to bring you money? Not necessarily. That's not going to bring you money. It could if other things are aligned. And this is something I've actually shown in the Nadi course. I might make, just because I'm making this video, I might make a video quickly showing this at the very end of the Nadi course to show you what I mean. Just as a regurgitation, especially the old students will also get to understand. So just because you're looking at fourth from Saturn and you pursue happiness, and for you, if happiness is the most important and money is not, perfect. You found, this is it. You don't need any course. You found it. But if you want to see what the money is, that's a different thing. Now let's talk about another thing. Let's say there's another thing called the journey of Saturn. In Nadi, we call it a journey. Wherever your Saturn is, doesn't matter retrograde or not, we don't count that. When Saturn moves forward, whichever planets it's meeting, you must accept that planet as a tool. You must accept the qualities of that planet as your crutch or as your Uber ride. If you don't, you're going to feel like you're failing in your career, you're not going anywhere, and most people are feeling this way because because again, everything has to be seen. If the mind is saying, don't do this, you will not do it, even though Saturn is saying that this is the Uber ride I need to get to where I want to. And the mind said, no, I don't like this Uber ride. I'm going to wait for a bigger ride, and I'm going to wait for a limo to come. Okay, keep waiting. You must look at the journey of a planet. Okay, what Saturn is doing. So wherever Saturn moves, you must use that as a tool in the profession. So fourth from Saturn will bring the happiness. Great. Wherever Saturn is placed and whatever surrounding it, that is going to be something you're going to be inclined towards as part of your karma. And the journey of Saturn will show the tools you have to use that karma. Okay. So this is how simple you can look at your shani. Then, of course, please don't mistake money for shani. I mean, money for work. Your career is one thing. How money comes in is another, which is a whole nother discussion. I've actually made videos on it in the past. So please do go and watch it. But just every time look for fourth from shani. And yeah, I mean, I can make this video very long because the planet that is fourth from shani will show. Are you getting the happiness or not? You know, for example, Ketu's fourth from shani. You will not get any happiness in career until, let's say, for example, you start doing Jyotish. Okay? But of course, you have to look at the sign too. You can't just do Jyotish just because Ketu's fourth from your Saturn. But if, let's say, you start doing Jyotish, your happiness is now balanced. Now Ketu is no longer going to stop that. So depending upon the planet that is also fourth from Saturn, will alter the result of that happiness. Okay. Let's say Venus, Ketu are fourth from Saturn. And let's say you start doing work connected with commissions and finance, vehicles, homes. You'll feel happy. You start working with your wife, and especially in focus on, let's say, a yoga institute, astrology institute, Reiki institute. Happiness will come. You naturally just start, let's say if your chart does say this person will gain through Jyotish, astrology. Okay. You have aligned yourself. So now, not only you find that satisfaction and happiness, money will be coming in. So it's a very simple thing. I mean, like I said, God is simple, everything else is complicated. Nadi is simple. Every other type of astrology is complicated. That's why it's 20-second, 30-second techniques. It's not even 30 seconds. Like even with the marriage, it's like 2-second technique. So keep everything simple. Don't make any complication. Well, no, what happens if my Saturn is now in Drikna in this chart? How my effort will be. Like for example, Drikna will show your strength. You know, your real strength of your Shani comes through Drikna. If you really look at it. Navamsha is showing the fruit. Not the strength, the fruit. So if a tree is medium or weak, gives only 2 mangoes. But they're very good. They're ripe, they're orange, they're sweet. But the thing is, the strength is not there in the Drikna. But now, if this tree is strong and Drikna is strong, Navamsha, you're getting like 100 mangoes from a single tree in a season. That's the difference. But again, you can water that tree, make it strong, put fertilizer in it, make it strong, because that is simple in the birth chart. The align. You can just be aligned. So like I said, I am going to just show this as a one more video on my Nadi with examples. So you can see the clear definition of this. And of course, like even the education, I will discuss with something there too. Okay. Thank you very much. And if you want to go to the link, go in the description with carechannel.thinkific.com, or you can go to link here, especially in the course section tab, you will see the course of Nadi. Thank you.